In honor of the 56th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, President Biden has signed an executive order to advance voting access for all Americans. The president made the announcement during the Martin and Coretta Scott King Unity Breakfast earlier this morning.
This is a landmark piece of legislation that is urgently needed to protect the right to vote and the integrity of our elections and to repair and strengthen our democracy. I hope the Senate does its work so I can sign it into law. I also urge Congress to fully restore the Voting Rights Act, named in John Lewis's honor.
Ensuring voting rights has been a long, hard fight. 56 years ago today, civil rights activists and 600 supporters were violently stopped by Alabama state troopers after crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama. They were marching to Montgomery to demand the right to vote. It was the first time television cameras captured the violence against protesters. This day became known as Bloody Sunday. These images helped motivate public opinion. 5 months later, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965 into law. Joining me now is Bishop Harry Seawright. He is the presiding prelate of the 9th Episcopal District. Bishop Seawright is also the uncle of CBS political contributor Antoine Seawright. Bishop Seawright, so good to have you on. This is an important date to mark. I want to start off just by asking what you hope younger generations understand about Bloody Sunday.
I am hoping that younger generations will understand the sacrifice that so many people made so that we have achieved the accomplishments where we are today. I want young people to realize that they too can make a difference. There were a lot of young adults and young people who paid a price, marched over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, gave gigantic sacrifices on behalf of their people. And so therefore, please, I plead with the young people to realize that you have a place in society and do all you can to bring about change.
To stick on this topic for just another moment, 4 incredible civil rights icons have died since last year's march. Congressman John Lewis, the Reverend Joseph Lowery, the Reverend C.T. Vivian, and Attorney Bruce Boynton. Who do you see as a new generation of leaders to carry on this mantle of civic justice?
Well, I see there are so many various people, like our bishop who spoke for Bloody Sunday today, our senior bishop, Bishop Adam Jefferson Richardson, the 115th elected and consecrated bishop, and a lot of other leaders that spoke today. I believe that if we follow the mandates of them and others to see a vice president, a person of color, to see that accomplishment and to see all of the voting rights, the election of 2 senators from Georgia. I think all of these are just positive changes that we believe that will propel us to go forth and to create a different atmosphere, an atmosphere of equality, an atmosphere of progress, and an atmosphere that we are all people working together to make our nation better.
Amen to that, Bishop. But for all the progress that's been made, there is still so much work to be done. And on that topic of progress, actually, the Supreme Court gutted the 1965 Voting Rights Act 8 years ago, and the conservative justices at the time had argued that there had been so much progress, times had changed so much, that parts of the act weren't needed anymore. What has taken place since then, and how do you feel about it?
I feel like a lot of progress has been made, but we still have such a long ways to go to be in a fight for voting rights. Says to me that we have taken a step backwards to see the need for decent housing and educational opportunities, to see the need for social services, mental health services. All of these, to see the great needs that's in our society means that we have a long ways to go. And I just feel that I am hoping that we will see a change that will draw us closer, that all people are important, that not just because of not because of their color, gender. I think everybody deserves equal rights. And I just want to see all people treated fairly and with justice and treated with dignity.
Bishop Seawright, before I let you go, like so many other events, the pandemic has really changed this year's commemoration of Bloody Sunday. How are organizers trying to keep the spirit of activism alive without physically being on the Edmund Pettus Bridge?
I believe we are trying to keep the spirit of activism alive through our pulpits, our community organization. There are many voices crying out from pulpits, crying out from organization. There are many people working together to implement programs and activities throughout our communities, in our cities, even in the rural areas. Everybody's trying to get people to vote, trying to get people to be accountable, trying to get people to realize that, hey, we all have something to gain. And therefore, let us work together as a nation so that we can better enhance all of our opportunities for tomorrow.
From your lips to all of our hearts, Bishop Harry Seawright, thank you.